All right, a little bit chilly today to be in the pool, but a great day to look out there and watch the sparkling water. There's just something calming about having a beautiful swimming pool in your backyard or any type of thing that Tony Caruso can create in your backyard, because amazing things can happen in your backyard. Welcome to the Pool Fanatic Show. The phone lines are wide open. You got a question about a pool, a bocce court, whatever you want. 844-220-0965. It's 844-220-0965. Here he is, Tony Caruso, the Pool Fanatic.
Good afternoon, Rob. How are you today?
I'm very good. Had a great day today.
Oh, beautiful. Who's watching the kids today, Rob?
Very, very unhappy about the kids' situation.
Yeah, not good.
I was over on 1792 at one of my favorite fast food Italian places.
Which one would that be? Do you want to say that on the air, or you want to hold that secret to yourself?
I'm going to hold that secret to myself.
Off
anyway,
the air, right?
Fast food, really cool, kind of like a Chipotle, but it's Italian. Anyway, great food, great service, great people. I saw a family come in, and the family was going down the line, and so they sent the kids to a table. Mom and Dad never looked back to see where those kids went. One of them wandered outside, out the sidewalk of 1792. The other was a girl about maybe 6 years old, 5 years old, standing on top of one of the stools that you pull up to the table.
Nice. So
and these stools aren't the ones that are fixated to the ground. These are movable stools. And I'm thinking to myself, that kid is going to take a fall off that stool, and we've got a statistic while Mom and Dad are staring at the food in the line.
Yep. So
doggone it, people.
We call that complacency, Rob. So why would you even look in today's society, fast and hustle and bustle as it is? Look at the child that got hit by a car the other day on a moped.
Yeah,
not good. Hit and run.
Mm-hmm.
How about the teenage kid that ran that police officer over? Not good.
Ooh.
Okay, kids, grow up. Grow up like we grew up. We grew up when we could go out and play and have a good time, come home in the evening. We were all good to go. We knew better. We knew right from wrong. Mm-hmm. There are more drownings today than there were 50 years ago, 40 years ago, 30 years ago. Well, yes, there was less people. There were less swimming pools, but there were no less bathtubs. You still had a bathtub in your house.
That's right.
There was still a pond in the backyard somewhere. There were still lakes and streams and 1,800 miles of shoreline in Florida of just oceans. The 7,700 lakes and ponds that we have here doesn't include retention ponds. Then we throw 1.2 million swimming pools on top of there. We throw 38,000 commercial pools on top of there. God. Guess what? We're surrounded by water. Plus, we got over 65 inches of rain last year. We have to pay attention. Water is part of life. We don't have near the lakes they have, I believe, in Minnesota.
Yeah, Minnesota's got tons of them.
The land of
10,000 lakes.
Rob, you're reading my mind.
I'm sorry. You and I are reading the same brochure during the break.
Well, that's my history stuff, So watch me. You can mimic what I'm going to say. Ready? You're doing a pretty good job, Rob.
There you go.
So anyhow, we can't become complacent about our kids. No matter where we're at. We're in the bathtub. We're in the backyard. We're in the bathroom. Look, parents, do me a favor. You got a toddler, close the lid on your commode. Just close it. That's
Amen.
Number 3 on the drowning list. Swimming pools are number 9, hardest picked on. You don't very rarely ever hear of a child drowning in a toilet, do you? No.
Nope.
Happens. Number 3. Number three. Bathtubs are number 1. Number 1.
Wow.
Bathtubs our toilets are 3. Pools are 9. We're regulated. Could you imagine? And it should be this way. Your toilet lid on your commode should have an automatic up and an automatic down, period, done. Okay? There's more commodes in America than there are swimming pools by far. There's somewhere around 60 million homes. There's 175 million apartments, condos, homes, single-family residents, hotels. You start doing the math. We've probably got 150 million. No, I wouldn't even right. Probably almost a billion commodes in America. They should all be tubs. Why aren't tubs regulated? Well, you know what? It's an inconvenience. It's an inconvenience in your home. Well, wait a second here. You know how many people I build swimming pools for? Rob said, I don't have kids. I don't have customers or guests come over. It's just for me, for exercising. I don't write the rules. I don't make the laws. You can thank Debbie Wasserman Schultz, Democrat out of South Florida, who wrote the Model Barrier Code. Could not even begin to tell you how many lives it saved. If it saved one, Beautiful.
Right.
And I know it has. It's saved more than one. I've seen more kids become very inquisitive, wanting to slide the chair over to the child safety fence, up and over, boom, you're in the pool. Okay. But you can still see through the child safety fence. Now, that's if it's a black charcoal mesh. Some people want the green mesh or the tan mesh. I highly recommend do not do the green or the tan mesh child safety fence. Hard to see through.
Oh, boy.
Hard to see through.
Oh, boy.
So, that being said, know where your kids are. Rob, can I have your wallet? I'm going to take your wallet. I may give it back to you, but I know one thing you can do, Rob, right? You can replace it, can't you?
I'd give it to you. I wouldn't give it to Chris.
Okay.
Chris keeps running to the candy
But if I didn't
machine.
bring it back, you could replace it.
That's true.
Something happened to your child, you can't replace your child.
No way.
Pay attention. It's free. Costs you a dime. Complacency. Stop being complacent. Do a better job watching your kids. Anyhow, you know what next week is? Next Friday, Saturday, Sunday is a home and garden show. All right, listen up out there. I have 3 sets or 3 pair of tickets to the home and garden show next weekend for the first 3 callers that call in. And when you call in, we'll have a little conversation about your swimming pool. It don't have to be about your swimming pool. It could be about your pavers. It could be about your basketball court, your volleyball court, your bocce ball court, your fireplace, your fire pit, your outdoor lighting, your landscaping, your outdoor cabana. It could be about your swimming pool, spa, fountain, waterfall. It could be about lighting, renovation, salt system, energy efficiency. I got 3 pairs. It's 6 tickets for next weekend. First 3 callers. Rob,
Here, let me give him the number.
all right, do it twice because I've had people say that you do it too quickly, and I'm going to go
That's true.
paper and pencil, write it down. It's real easy. I'll give you the first 3. Rob's going to give you the next 7. It's 844.
220-0965. That's 844-220 and then 0 and then what's the name of the radio station? 96.5.
96.5. That's
How
good.
cool is
844-220-0965. I do 0. I don't do O.
No, you got to go 0.
0 is free.
Yeah.
O's a letter. Okay, so anyhow, 0965. We're on the FN dial. If you're hearing us in stereo. So I got some new listeners this week, and I'm glad to have them listening. So look at that line. We won't say where that second one comes from.
I was going to say they're calling from work.
God.
No, don't call from work.
Oh, my gosh, you're calling in. So anyhow, we've never done the home and garden show. Never have,
I think it's a good idea.
We're just doing it because we want to spread the word, spread the love, the quality of the work that we do. Boy,
Look at all the calls you got. 9 calls.
Is that Larry Perry? You calling for tickets?
Lord.
Oh my gosh. So anyhow, we're going to be at the home and garden show next week. I'm going to bring the whole family out.
That's so
It's going to
cool.
be really cool. I'm even going to have my granddaughter there, so we can even get her to play the flute while we're there. So she's a lovely little lady, going to come out and do a little bit of advertising for the company. We've got some cool stuff coming up. One of the banners that Tina made up, Rob, really cool, and it defines what the company is. It says expert pools, expert renovations, expert service, ask the expert.
Oh, I like
That's
that.
nice. See, my wife comes up with all these cool little sayings. Amazing things can happen in your backyard because that's what they really do. And it only happens because we are consumers too. Now, I'm not telling you that other pool builders aren't consumers. They are. But I'm the guy that still takes the trash out. I still mow the grass, do the laundry. I put the dishes away. I'm a little different than the others. So I'm very, very active in what I do. I'm hands-on in our business. So we got a few people on there. Chris, you're always still taking notes over there. So, I wish I had more than 3 sets. I actually have 4 pair.
Well, there was a whole bunch of people kind of wanting those
Well,
things. Phones are ringing off
there's
good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Could it be 10, 11? I tell you what, I got 4 pair. I was going to give away 3 pair. I was going to give a set to our good friend Cosmo, but all right, I'll work it out. I actually have 4 pair. So, and there's 4 people on the line right now. There was actually 8. So,
Yeah.
anyhow, has a pool redone? Okay, we'll do that again when Joe from Cocoa Beach gets a chance right here. Chris is still fielding all these phone calls. Man, I'll tell you, I wish I had more. I really do. I've never, again, Rob, I've never done it before. So I'm not sure how it's going to work out for next Saturday's show. I don't think 96.5 is going to take us out there. But maybe I'll leave the last hour and come up here and do the show. But we'll be there Sunday as well. So I'll be there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'll be there from the time the show opens to the time ends. So if you get a chance to come out, come see me. You know, a lot of people think that I'm, you know, they go, that you're not the guy that I thought you were. You don't look like I thought you were. So if you really want to see who I am, there's going to be a picture of it. You can actually find some really cool, interesting stuff that we're going to have out there. We're going to talk about some amazing things can happen in your backyard. And we already have to go to is that really right, Rob?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
So am I getting penalized because Larry ran over on his show earlier? Is that
actually Larry came up short today? He was a minute and a half early.
Well, we're not going to
never happen.
We're going to take it down to we're going to take it down to 5:59 and 59. 407-282-4911. Listen, visit us at tcwaterfeatures.com. We can do Orlando Luxury Pools as well, but do tcwaterfeatures.com. Like us on Facebook. That's still TC Water Features, where amazing things can and will happen in your backyard. Give us a shot. You'll love what we do for you. We stand behind it. We're great customer or a great company to work for.
All right, we're going to talk to Joe and Coco. We're going to talk to Leonardo out in UCF, and hopefully we've already got all the 4 pairs of tickets already given away, but we'll check that out when we come back with our board operator, producer Chris. It is 5:18 right here, and there's 3 big things you need to know. Hey, we're back. Yes, it is the Pool Fanatic Show. That's right. Look up Orlando Luxury Pools. Look up TC Water Features. Like them on Facebook. You're going to see some of the most beautiful things on your Facebook. You're going to share it with everybody, I guarantee you. Right now, let's go out to the UCF area of Orlando Metro, and let's go to Leonardo, who's got a 17 by 30 saltwater pool. What's up?
Not much. Just loving the weather. Wish I had the solar heater. But my kids can't wait to jump in the pool because it does. At least it doesn't have the screen enclosure, so it stays just a tad warmer.
That's right. So, Leonardo, when you go to the Home and Garden Show, why don't you go over and talk to my really good friends at Universal Solar? They're going to be there as well. And if you mention, if you mention that I said this on the air, they'll give you a discount on that solar system you're going to install. Tell them Tony said so. But we're going to mail you out a set of tickets. So what? You got a question for this 17 by 32 saltwater pool? Did he disappear?
No, I'm good so far. I'm just waiting for the current equipment to start dying out so I can replace it for your systems.
Well, you know, when you look at, which is a good thing, number 2 user in Energy State of Florida is your pool pump. I just finished a commercial project, Rob. We're going to save them $6,000 a year in power.
Oh, my God.
$6,000. It's a commercial pool.
That's profit.
$6,000.
That's profit, man.
$6,000. So in 10 years, that's $60,000 in energy. So, Leonardo, when it goes down, you know, look at some energy efficiency stuff.
Yes, because right now I have I believe it's because the pool basically is pre-plumbed for solar, but we just never got around to install it. So it had the higher horsepower engine on it.
Right. Well, you know, when that motor goes down or pump goes down, consider a variable speed because you can still enjoy the energy savings and still have the horsepower to get the water up on the solar. You have a 2-story house or a single-story house?
2-story.
Yeah, so you're in a horse and a half version just to get the water up the roof and get it back down the system. So when we get done here, Leonardo, do not hang up. Chris is going to get your information. I am going to make sure he gives you his mailing address because I'm going to mail you the tickets. I'll mail them out on Monday. Come and see us. You'll see the whole family. You'll see why we are a family business because my entire family will be there, brothers and all, grandkids. We're out there, man. We're not doing child labor out there, but my granddaughter will be 15 in a couple weeks, so that's not child labor when she's out there doing what she does best, and that's helping Grandma and Grandpa.
All right.
It's actually Nana and Papa kind of deal. So, Leonardo, good luck. Look forward to seeing you. Come out and see me. I'll be there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Very cool. The show is at the Orlando Convention Center, or Orange County Convention Center. I'm sorry. Joe in Cocoa Beach, what's up?
Hi, just a question on a filter or I guess a pressure problem. It seems that I had the pool refinished, redone. I guess it's been 2 weeks. So the pump will run for about 2 hours, and then the pressure seems to build up on. And I have a DE filter, and it seems to build up.
Okay.
And then there's hardly any flow. I have 2 waterfalls and a fountain, and both of them really come down.
Okay.
In pressure, and they're barely off the water, and the waterfall sometimes will turn off. But So I cleaned the DE filter. There was some debris in the bottom, hosed it off, and it all looked good yesterday. Put it back together, and it again ran for about 2 hours, and then the pressure builds up. You can see the gauge on the tank, and it builds up, and everything kind of just, the motor's working, but nothing's really being pushed through it.
It's the grids. It's your DE grids. Think about this, Joe. If you took, do you have a multi-port valve? Do you have a valve that you can go from backwash to waste to rinse to recirculate? You have a 6-port multi-port?
No, I just turn it on and open the valve in the bottom of the DE filter and pushes it out.
Okay. No, I'm talking about on the front of your filter. Do you have a 6-position valve or just a 4-position valve?
Not sure there's any valve. It just runs from the pump. Right.
So you have a push-pull. Is that right? You pull it up and push it down?
Yes.
Okay, you have a push-pull. I can tell you right now, because if you go to waste, if you start pumping water out, I guarantee you it pumps out under zero restriction. Which puts to me, if I'm running fine now, and it happens all the time on DE filters, I don't care for DE filters because it takes about an extra half horsepower pump to get the water through the filter itself. So, Joe, I can tell you right now, your grids are bad. How old are your grids? Your grids 3, 4, 5 years old?
No, actually, it's a new filter.
It's a new
Haywood, about probably less than a year old.
Less than a year old. It's still.
And the other odd thing is, if I turn it off, turn everything off, and then within just a few seconds, turn it back on, it goes back to normal.
Yeah, I wonder if it's plumb backwards.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Did you just Joe guarantee one thing, that there's an inlet and an outlet on that filter? You may have it piped backwards. What happens is that a possibility, Joe?
I don't think so. I mean, it was piped like this before the refinish, and it worked fine.
Okay, what's the size of the filter? Do you know? Is it a DE 36, 48, 60, 72?
I think it's a 48. It's rather large. I mean, the pool's kind of big.
Okay, it's your filter's still short cycling. It's still short cycling.
I had it replaced as the same filter as before.
Right.
And it worked fine until the refinish, and I added the water features. I didn't know if but again, it works fine. Pressure's up good, or the pressure is not high. It's around 10.
You're still short cycling, Joe. You say you're in Cocoa Beach?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Call my office on Monday if you want. My son lives in is it called St. John's?
Right.
Yeah. My son, how close are you to St. John's?
Oh, very close.
Okay. Call my office on Monday. I'll send my oldest son. He's my service tech. I'll send him over to take a look at your pool and see if we can figure out what's going wrong with it for you.
Oh, wonderful. Okay.
We appreciate it. We're going to mail you some tickets. So you gave Chris your information. Is that correct?
I did.
All right, cool.
I did. If I could just ask you your contact, the best number to reach you guys.
It's 407-282-4911. That's 407-282-4911. Look forward to seeing you at the show next week, Joe. And Jay, don't go anywhere. We'll come back after the break. Let's go right to break, Rob, because we're going to go over, which is going to cut us out.
Yes, sir. All right, let's go to break right now. We're going to news, traffic, and weather from our 24-hour newsroom right here at News 96.5 WDBO. Hey, we're back. Yeah, it's the Pool Fanatic Show. Tony Caruso, he is the Pool Fanatic. Look for him next week at the Home Lawn and Garden Show out at Orange County Convention Center. What a great place to go to a great exhibition show. And you just got one of your cars back.
Yeah, and I got to, Mr. Larry Perry, I got to tell you, I do use the people that sponsor or sponsors of your show. I want to give a great shout out to Don over at Orlando Auto Upholstery. He took my 45-year-old upholstery out of I have a 70 Torino convertible, very rare car. And when I got the car back, I sit about 2 or 2.5 inches higher in the car. First thing I do is I had to readjust all my mirrors. I'm going, they didn't mess up my mirrors. So, Don, you did a great job, man. You're taking that 46-year-old car. The interior looks immaculate. So I do give back to the people that sponsor this show and then sponsor other radio hosts on these shows here. So great job, Don. I highly recommend people to take your car with you. He was working on a 1959 Morgan when I was there. We've got a slight tear in our leather in one of our door panels. He's going to hook us up with a guy that can make that look brand new. But now we've got Jay Jay's got a 30,000-gallon pool, 9 feet deep, with a vinyl liner. How you doing, Jay?
Good. How you doing, Tony?
Doing well, sir. Thanks for being a listener.
Good. Sure. Thanks for all you're doing.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hey, I had a general question for you.
Yes, sir.
This is a vinyl pool.
Yes, sir.
I've heard one side of the story as far as maintenance being easier, and a couple other things. I just want to get your general opinion of a vinyl, in-ground vinyl versus a traditional concrete pool.
Okay.
Pros and cons.
The con to a vinyl liner pool is you'll have to replace it eventually. But if you follow what I'm going to suggest to you right here, you're going to get a lot more longevity out of that liner than you would. Did you buy a house with the pool with a vinyl liner, or did you build it with the vinyl liner?
No, I bought a house with it. We bought the house about 13 years ago, and we replaced the liner about 2 years ago now.
Okay. Now, one of the things that you really have to pay attention to is your water chemistry. How you add the acid to the vinyl liner. Where you add first off, are you a salt system or are you a chlorine system?
Chlorine system.
Okay. Now, one of the biggest problems you're not using one of them fancy floaters that go around look like a rubber ducky kind of deal. You have an erosion feeder back at your pump and filter?
Gosh, I don't know.
Where do you put your chlorine tablets?
No, I'm sorry?
What do you put your chlorine tablets in? Do you put them in a container at the pump and filter, or do you have one of those?
No, it's just one of the little floaty guys that floats around. Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, Jay, you got to get off the floater. Here, so listen to me for a second. Let's say it's 24 hours in a day, and let's say your pump runs 8 hours a day. It's 30,000, probably runs longer than 8 hours a day. But for the 16 hours a day or whatever the pump time's off, that feeder is laying against the vinyl liner somewhere, and it's dropping low pH chlorine right on that wall, and it will eventually soften the vinyl, and it'll eventually eat the vinyl up. So I do not recommend floaters at all on anybody's swimming pool. But the cool thing about a liner is a lot less expensive to own. Little expensive to replace the liner. I think you already know the cost of doing that. But one, I would highly recommend get rid of the floater, put an erosion feeder in. You can also do salt systems. But the vinyl liner, you don't have to worry about calcium. You have to worry about chlorine, pH, and alkalinity. You are on city water, Jay. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. So, just you don't worry about calcium. It has no effect on that. But make sure you when you add the acid to your pool, since you are 9 foot deep, down at the deep end, away from the light, out off the wall as far as you can. You can put the baking soda in your pool as needed, broadcast it out into water. We're fine with that. But get rid of that erosion feeder, or get it yourself an erosion feeder or a salt system, and get rid of the floater. Because I'll tell you what, Jay, I'm not going to ask you what that vinyl liner cost you, but I imagine it was a little spendy. Is that correct?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, and then you had to put 30,000 gallons of water in your pool, too. So I don't recommend that floater. Rob, what do I tell you people that floater does? Do you remember what I tell everybody?
It just sits up in one place and bangs against the wall.
And it also keeps me employed, don't it?
It keeps you employed.
Yeah, so
resurface the pools.
Jay, you are going to go to the Home and Garden Show next weekend. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Right.
We love it.
Well, we've got Chris got all your information. I'm going to mail you. Do we have your mailing address? Did we do that, Chris? Okay. Monday, I'm going to mail out tickets. I'll get it in the mailbox before the mailman comes to the office. He gets there about 11:30. I'll make sure your tickets are in the mail on Monday, and you get them by no later than Wednesday. But I'll be there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'm debating when we're doing the radio. Am I going to come back here, or we're going to do a best of, or maybe we'll do a remote. I don't know, Rob. We'll figure that out. But Jay, thanks for being a listener. We really appreciate that very much.
Yeah, thanks for the tickets, and we'll look forward to seeing you at the show.
Yes, sir. Look forward to seeing you. Right. Always put a face to a voice. How's that, Rob?
There you go. 844-220-0965 if you want to call about your pool. I think we're out of tickets, maybe. I don't know. 844-220-0965. Got a question about a pool, a swimming pool, maybe something in your backyard that you would like to add, like a fireplace or large screen movie place, or let's see, an outdoor kitchen, bocce, baseball, whatever it is.
All right, so here we're going to do, Rob.
Okay.
Rabbit out of the hat. Look what I got, Rob. I got two.
Well, there's two more tickets.
tickets.
He was holding out on us.
I'm holding out, but you know what? It's going to take about, if the phone rings in 20 seconds, next person calls, gets 2 tickets to the Home and Garden show. If not, you know, I'm going to find a nice guest that I meet next week because I've already got like 11 appointments for the first 3 days of next week. So I'll give them out. So we've got about 30 more seconds, and I will just give them out to my next customer. But Rob, you know, one of the cool things we're doing is when I see people, I went to a really cool job out in Titusville yesterday, and they want to renovate the pool, but these people had a beautiful red brick deck.
Oh, nice.
The thin pavers. We used to do the old mortar set thin pavers. This guy did a great job on putting a nice, beautiful wheel in the center of off the edge of the deck. He spent the time to pie everything and make all these little inserts. What a great looking job! But he went to renovate it. You know, it's red brick. Got red brick coping. So we had a nice conversation yesterday about adding some water features, adding some raised walls, just doing a nice little cool little setup. But one of the things is, and I got to tell you, if you're a service provider, do not sell a customer a 2.7 horsepower variable speed with 1.5-inch pipe. You know why, Rob?
That's way too much flow for a little pipe.
That's like me. Let's see. How would I say this? I got this big old carburetor on this little old motor, and I don't have enough fuel going to it. It's not going to work.
No way.
So what happens is that pump sits there and it's trying, and these have auto priming. You can disable auto prime. I'm running 3,450 RPMs. I'm trying to suck a lemon seed through a straw.
Right.
Doesn't work, does it?
No way. This
Inch and a half pipe is good for 62 gallons a minute. That pump is a 194 gallon a minute pump. The suction line is 3 times too small to carry the volume of water for that pump. That suction line needs to be 3-inch. I'm okay if I can have 1.5-inch return line, but if I can't suck the water in, what's it do to the motor? It makes it work harder. And if it can't suck it in, it makes the motor work harder. It makes it make noise. So I see this all the time. Do not oversell the product. If you don't understand what it is, don't sell it. Don't sell it. You don't belong in the business if you're selling somebody a 2.7 horsepower, trying to get the sale, trying to get the money, and you have too much pump for the system. You know, this commercial pool I just finished, it's got 10-inch suction. It's on a 15 horsepower pump.
Right.
It's got a 10-inch suction and a 10-inch feed line to the return and 8-inch back to the pool. You know what its rated is? It's rated at 860 gallons a minute.
Wow. But everything matches.
10-inch in, 10-inch to the first branch, and then 8-inch off to these massive filters, and then back in the pool. 860 gallons. You know what we're running the system at? 325. But I have the capability of ramping the system up as I need. That pump running wide open is only going to push right about 700. I have reserve. I want that because resistance in a system equals energy.
Yep.
And energy equals money. Why do you want to spend extra money on energy to overcome resistance? That's why I'm not a fan of DE filters. You need a 0.5 horsepower extra pump. I explained to a customer the other day, I said the pressure on your filter is 20 PSI. Okay? The multiplier in feet of head at 20 PSI or any PSI is 2.31. What's 20 times 2.31? It's 46. What's 46 equal? 4.6 stories. Just to get the water through the filter. I didn't add vacuum. We had 7 inches of vacuum.
Golly.
7 inches of vacuum. I don't care what the vacuum is. The multiplier is 1.13. We do 7 inches. That's 7 times 13. What's that? 791. We do 791 on top of 46. All of a sudden, we'll do 8. We had 5.4 stories of resistance just to get the water back to the pool. Why? When we build water features, I'm going to build a waterfall, Rob, right?
All right.
I want large volume under low pressure.
Okay.
Why? I want flow. If I want to reduce my flow, I reduce the flow in the valve, not at the end run.
Right.
I want volume under low head. It gives me a beautiful effect. I see a lot of waterfalls out there, natural or artificial hand carves, where we got bubblers coming up in the top. It's because they put too small a line in there. I don't want to boil the water up. We're not building a spring 5 feet above the ground. We want a spring that's in the ground.
Mm-hmm.
So I want volume under low head. Gives me a nice looking effect. I can adjust it. I'm not overworking my pump. Why? Because I have a large enough suction line coming in, a large enough return line going back. Now, I want to create back pressure on my system. How do I do that? I can do it in my eyeballs. Well, we don't do eyeballs, so we won't talk about that. That's a trade secret I'm giving up. But I have ways of adjusting the flow back in the pool without harming the pump at all because it has the ability to bring the water in. I can retard it as much as I want to without you can't. If you deadhead a pump, you're not going to blow the filter off. Break again?
Yeah, sorry.
Who's paying the bills today? Well, I thought Larry's paying. Anyhow, 407-282-4911. Visit us at tcwaterfeatures.com. Like us on Facebook. That is TC Water Features. We got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, all that. Sorry, Rob.
That's a bunch.
That's a bunch. Amazing things can happen in your backyard.
They certainly do, and you can join the conversation like Don and Kissimmee's going to in a moment at 844-220-0965, 844-220-0965. We will be back right after three big things you need to know on News 96.5 WDBO. We are back. Hey, we got to go quick. We've got callers on the line. We got to go to Don and Kissimmee. Don, what's going on with your pool?
Well, I'll tell you. I have two properties that both have pools. I had them refinished about 10 years ago, 8 to 10 years. And this company that did it did other pools in the subdivision. And my two pools, which are right next to each other, have been maintained by the same pool company as the other pools, but yet mine have developed some brown spotting. And when I asked my Splash and Dash pool service, he said, well, that's I don't know what that is. So I went to a professional, and he said, well, it's iron and copper from your heater. And I said, okay. He recommended an acid wash. So we drained the pool, did an acid wash. He did say before he started that it may not get rid of the stains.
Right.
Totally.
Right.
But quite frankly, it didn't do much for them at all.
He ruined your pool finish is what he did.
Okay. Well, it was pretty much, I mean, if there's no way to get those stains out.
There is.
Chemically.
There is.
There is. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm certainly glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Do you provide some kind of a service where you come out to the house and do an analysis and so on?
We do. Stains don't come in the bag. Can't do it till the water temperature gets above 65. Anybody that drains and acid washes anybody's pool is undereducated. Undereducated in the swimming pool industry. 10 to 12% of your pool finish came off the minute he acid washed your pool. And if he didn't put a little bit of soap in there, it really is going to eat up your pool finish. So whoever did it actually owes you a pool finish because if they've ate your finish off, didn't get rid of the iron stains, they didn't know what they were doing, they took money from you. I hate to say that, Don, and I preach it. You know, Jack's Magic, I've been a Jack's Magic stain provider professional for many, many, many years. I love the product. It does a great job. Don, when your pool gets up above 65, 70 degrees, invite us down. I'll do a topical. Is the stains up high in the water?
It is stained all over.
All
on
over?
The bottom, on the side of the steps, along the top.
You know what?
Tile.
Go to
it's sporadic, but it's all over.
Okay, go to jacksmagic.com and look up some of their stains, some of the pools they'll tell you iron stains, and go, boy, that looks like my pool. But iron doesn't always have to be yellow in color. So invite us down, Don. Thanks for being a listener. Come to the Home and Garden Show. We'd love to have you down there. I know you are, but I'd love to have you down there.
For the tickets.
You're welcome. We'll talk a little bit. You're very welcome. We'll talk more about stains don't come in the bag, and if you have stains in your pool, you don't know Jack. So give us a shot at it. That's all good. That's all good intentions. We'll see you next week, Don. Thanks for being a caller.
Thank you very much.
Shirley, are you doing a bucket test on your pool?
I am.
Oh no.
Okay,
Here we go.
Shirley, how bad's the leak? How fast does it leak down to?
It leaks down about 6 inches, probably in a 2-week period.
3 inches a week. It's going to leak faster. The first couple inches are going to go pretty quick, then it's going to slow itself down. Does it seem to stop at a certain location?
Yeah, I haven't put any water in it for months, and it's down just below the first step.
Okay, so physically or visibly look in your pool. What pipe penetrations, if any, are at that level? Are there any?
No, there is a crack in it from the skimmer that we had it Pebble Tech about 17, 18 years ago.
Okay.
And the gentleman cracked it here, but he wouldn't fix it. And so we blamed it on that. And I've had it repaired a few times by other people,
Okay.
but it still leaks. So
Yeah.
I just let it go down to where it stopped leaking. And do I have to have somebody come out and pressure test it to find out where the leak is?
Well, I would recommend call my good friends at Florida Leak Locator. And if you say the following words, I heard your name on the Pool Fanatic radio show, they'll give you a discount. I'll give you their phone number if you wish to have it. They're okay.
I'd love to have it.
Tell me if you ready to write this down. It's an easy one.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
844 4 my leak. The number 4 MYLEAK. Call them over and tell them that I gave you the phone number. They'll come out and take care of your problem. They'll tell you exactly what's wrong. They'll guarantee they'll find a problem, and you will be happier. You'll also get a discount for them coming out by saying you heard this on the Pool Fanatic radio show. Thanks for being a caller.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Up next, my world traveler. Where you at? Kansas City? Where's my buddy Cosmos? Where you at, man?
I am in Kansas City.
Gates Barbecue.
Okay, you're not going to click your heels together, right? All right,
No.
man. Hey, I saw that you were working on some old NASA consoles there. That's pretty cool stuff, isn't it, man?
Yeah, that was the original Apollo mission control back in the 60s and early 70s.
Yeah, you know what I put? You saw my smart comment that I put on your page, did you not?
Yes, I did.
the Tranquility Base, the Eagle
And
has landed.
He also loaded a picture on Facebook of the world's largest swimming pool.
Was 130,
That's true.
137 feet deep? Is that right, Cosmo? Something like that? 100.
It's 40. It's only 40 feet deep. I think it's 250 feet long, 120 feet wide by 40 feet deep.
Is that the one in South America on the ocean?
Oh, this was the one at
one?
the Houston Space Center. I thought
This
it
is
was
the
the largest
Houston.
in the
This
world.
is the one they use for the space station.
Yeah, the dive tank. Yeah, the dive tank.
Yeah.
Where the astronauts go underwater and all that cool stuff. Did you go swimming in that, Cosmo?
No.
Pretty important.
That would have been great.
Come on.
You didn't get to go down to the bottom and touch the bottom, man. We're out of. You believe this? We're out of time. I'm sorry you
believe
called
it.
so late, but Cosmo, the Home and Garden show's next week. And I gave out some tickets, and then the phones lit up, which I'm blessed that they did. I'd like to see some of my callers at the show. So, where at in Kansas City are you?
Right downtown.
Right downtown.
Beautiful,
yeah.
beautiful.
Well, I hope you have fun. You come home next week. Is that correct?
I come home on Monday.
You're going to try to come to the Home and Garden show.
I'm going to try.
Oh, man. Let me know if you do. I'd love to have you come out to the show. And we're going to try to figure out how we're going to get on the air next week. We're going to do it either there or not. But we got to close the show up. They're telling me I got 10 seconds to get off the air. They're going to boot
Good
me.
Lord.
Look forward to seeing you next week. Safe travels, Cosmo.
Bye, guys.
407-282-4911. Visit us at tcwaterfeatures.com. Like us on Facebook.